Let me understand the age group of the children that you are parent of. How many are below, parents of children below 6 years? Let me see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Above 6, below 10? So everybody. And do you have another champion above 10? Anybody? You. Okay. Alright, good. So, I have to pitch the level of the talk depending on the children, but what you do is you need to understand the concept of the parenting, concept of the awareness. It starts up with when I'm talking to the parents, fresh parents who's been here for 30, 40, 15 years. What I find is that general awareness of that basically we all love to have great kids. Everybody wants champion kids, and in order the basic criteria in our having great kids, the kids should be smarter and better than us. I have sessions with the kids. I ask them, why do you come to school? They said to learn. I'm talking about 3, 4 years old onwards, right up to 18, 19. I said, okay. One of the about, I think, 13, 14-year-old, last 15 days, he's been after me, not every day, in between, coming and saying, Sir, God created this universe, correct? He's telling me. I said, yes, it is correct. And he caught me on the way. I was walking down. I said, that is correct. He said, who created God? I said, very good question. But I'm not going to tell you like this. You have to come and come in my office. Be peaceful, sit down. I will certainly explain to you. So he came a couple of times, but always in the evening, just before leaving. Sir, remember you told me you will tell me? I said, okay, it's now 3:45, you're about to leave. You can't. You have to come in the morning, first thing in the morning. And you know what? This guy didn't let go. He did come. 2 days back, he came in the morning and I spoke to him. Now, in which, and while I'm talking to the parents and while I'm talking to the children, what I realized today that first thing, if you wish to create great masterpieces, which is not complicated, creating great champions, which you and I think children are born. You know, we were told, no? Oh, she's a born genius. He is born genius. We are trying to say, it is not some kids are born genius. But we want you to realize it, everyone. All of us, you and me were also. But unfortunately, our ambience, our environment did not know how to proceed with this. So what happened? You and I lost our potential. We had the potential. For example, to make you understand what does it mean, we are talking about, let's say this computer. This is an i9 processor, latest Apple CPU model. Now, supposing I buy it, costs a lot of money from Singapore, I had to get it specially done. And if I don't program it, I got the computer, i9 latest processor, but I don't program it. It has the potential to be great computer, great laptop, but I'm not using its potential. Is it Apple's fault? No. Similarly, you and I, our kids, are born to be great. And this is where the mixture of the international baccalaureate with B with Vedanta. Vedanta is 6,000 years old. IB is just 50 years old. But the beauty is what International Baccalaureate is trying to take us across, it's called a pedagogy. Pedagogy is a way of doing things, learning things, etc. In which the first message I realized today, and you all know about it, you all read about it, you and I have to change. First, the teacher, the parent. Train, phone call comes. Mommy said, Daddy, see, somebody is calling. Maybe Sunday morning. Daddy goes, picks up the phone, and he puts a cover on it and he says, Mom, is Dr. Ghosh calling? Mom says, oh my God, he's going to eat up my head with Vedanta. Listen, tell him I'm not there at home. Your champion daughter or son has heard it. So you and I have to establish certain things in our life, which is essential of the parenting, and you will see things happen like a magic, which you call miracle. I have lots of people there right now in the computer. You can have a look at it, because generally we see it to believe it. There are things happening which you can't believe, but I do not advertise at all. I say no advertisement. It's only you should experience it, taste it. What good is studying about all kind of varieties of the trees and the plants and the mango trees and find out how many thousands of varieties in the world, but you do not taste it? You have to eat the mango. When you eat the mango, then you know what is possible. So similarly, when I ask the kids, why do you come to school? They say, to learn. I said, very nice. These are 3, 4, 5, 6 till 18, 19. I said, why do you want to learn? So that we know more, we have more skills, more ability. I said, very good. Why? Why do you want more skills and ability? So that we know more, we'll go to college, university. I said, what will you do there? We'll get a degree, sir. I said, okay. Do you want a degree? Tell me, why do you want a degree? So we can become then IIT, doctor, engineer, professor, businessman, computer. Very good. Why? Notice the way their thoughts are. They say, sir, so that we can get a job. I said, okay. Why do you want a job? Come on, sir. To earn money, of course. I said, that means you join the school to earn money. And you will be surprised. I was. When I asked them, okay, how much money? They say, more than daddy and mommy. They're very clear. Who is feeding this data? Unknowingly, you and I doing it. I asked them, how do we couple this IB with Vedanta? We tell them, okay. Firstly, if you notice, you and I have forgotten or don't know anything about Vedanta. Hey, that's our country's rich heritage. That's what you and I need to realize and utilize it in our life to do what? To fulfill those dreams and visions that you have. You look at this school. I didn't have any money. Whatever little bit I had, you and I, just like we busted up and we had fun. Then I had this vision. If Indians, today we have lots of foreigner kids, but I got this message, if Indians are great and the top 15 brain in the world are all Indians, then why is the Indian economy down? Why do we think that we are not okay? And anybody fair with blonde hair is better than us. This is the way we have ingrained, grown up. So you and I, the moment we get connected with the pedagogy, the way IB pedagogy, the way the teaching and learning is to take place. It's not like the way you and I have done in our school days. What's wrong with that? Think quickly. We went to school to do 3 basic things. Learn to write. We all learn to write. You know everybody. If I ask you how many do you know who knows how to write, you will say almost everybody. I say very good. Tell me, how many do you know who loves writing? What happened? We went to school to learn to write and we don't like writing? Is this education? Number two, we learn to read. We all know how to read. You know everybody who knows how to read. How many do you know who cannot sleep without reading? What happened? Reading skill, writing skill. Gone from India, Bharat, the country of Veda, Vyasa, Ganapati, and Sant Gyaneshwar in this state. And we don't know how to read and write. Or rather, not know, don't really appreciate it. We can talk. I am asking, okay. You can say everybody's talking on mobile. Anyone. You go to Phoenix Mall, even that auto rickshaw guy is a nice smart gene with his baby in the hand and a wife and taking a selfie like that. It's so lovely to see them. The PPP, they're called People Purchasing Power, has shot up. Are you aware we are between 2 and 3 in the world? Can you believe? Indians, you and I, are leading to almost the highest purchasing power. It's fluctuating between 2 and 3. If this is also, then why aren't we great? Why is it that you and I, Indians, are rising, shooting up? And more this concept of the Vedanta is coming into prominence. You will be surprised, Oprah Winfrey, some of you must be knowing, one of the richest lady in the world today. She runs that Friday show. She says, how can you start a day without meditation? And tell me how many of us start a day with meditation? What happened? Imagine, you go to Taj or Conrad or Ritz International and learn with a 6-week special chef course on cooking. And at the end of the 6 weeks, your wife or your husband says, okay, very nice, come on, let's try something special. And you say, don't talk about cooking. Is this schooling? Is this education? Is something is wrong? So what is the essence of the idea with the Vedanta? The Vedanta, why is it you and I become ignorant? There is a very good reason. The Britishers in 16th century raided our country. From 16 till 1833, they were robbing us, ruling parts in pockets through the gun. But they couldn't rule us. So 1833, Queen Victoria sent somebody called Lord McCall, came to India. Google him. I put it on the website. You can read that. He went back after 15 months in 1835 back to the Queen and gave a presentation to the Queen. And when Queen asked him, I want to rule that country, India. Why is it we are not ruling? He said, you'll be shocked to hear, we cannot rule India. Did you know that? I've been doing research on this close to 42 years. It's there in National Archives of India and I put it on the website. He said, we cannot rule India. She said, what? Aren't you bringing all this wealth and things like that? Ships laden with diamond, gold, jewelry, etc. He said, yes, we can rob them. Understand this, we can rob them, but we cannot rule them. So what does it mean? He said, can you rule Vivekananda, Shankaracharya, Buddha, Mahavir Jain, Guru Nanak, Guru Gobind Singh? Or there are so many great, powerful. So you cannot rule them. She said, then? He said, I have an answer. If you allow me, Your Majesty, India will be ours. Please read it if you have time. She said, okay, what's the idea? He said, change the education. Have you noticed our entire countries, everything is based because of education? Our country's legislation, law, everything is because to support education. When Amartya Sen after Nobel Prize came back to India for the commemoration, he was called by Atal Bihari Vajpayee and Advani, then Home Minister. Atal Bihari asked him, Amartya, after the commemoration Bharat Ratna, tell me, give me some idea. I want to, going in for a 5 years plan, I want to change the country's economy. What should I do? He said, yes, Prime Minister, education. This was half-page article, front-page article in Indian Express at that time. So Atal Bihari told Advani, please note education, first point in the 5 years planning. What's the second, Amartya? Amartya said, sir, education. So Atal Bihari looked at him a little surprised and smiled and said, Amartya, I've understood education is your first point. What's the second point? He said, sir, education. So Atal Bihari, it was written in the newspaper, laughed. He laughed and he said, okay, Advani, notice education. What's the third point, Amartya? He said, education. So you and I need to realize this, that education includes what India was rich with, of Vedanta. You and I can understand that. It's not complicated. So how do I teach the kids, the 3, 4, 5 years old kids to 18, 19 year old? I just had a beautiful session 2 days, day before yesterday and yesterday. They were around 16-year-old kids. How to discover that power from within. I asked these children, so you want lots of money, right? Who wants lots of money? Everybody's hand goes up. I said, okay, I'll tell you 3 things. You follow them, you'll have no shortage of money. What? They said, really? I said, I'm ready to do it. They said, yes, sir. I said, number 1, don't tell lies. Have you noticed? Most of us Indians don't know what is written in Ashok Stambha. Very few. Those of you know, just ask your friends. I am doing sessions with the parents, almost 95-96% don't know. That Satyameva Jayate is the power of the truth. It will win. Second, I tell them, have faith in your own self. You can do it. You may be anything. You may be anyone. You may come from any background. Rich, poor, struggling, farmer, doesn't matter. And number 3, have faith in God. Have faith in something supreme. Supposing your family doesn't believe in God, it's okay. You can call unified field. You can call it cosmic energy. You can call it any name. Have you noticed? The water, whether it is called Jal or Pani or Tanni or you in French or up in Sanskrit or water in English, it's all one water. So whatever, if they begin to understand that I can tap into this energy. Have you all realized the essence of our session today? For us as parents to become aware, like, don't mind the analogy, but it is the truth. And it is given in Vedanta. Do you know that the fish does not know they live in the water? Fish doesn't know the existence of water. Do you know you and I don't know? Like fish in the water, we are in tremendous energy of the Supreme that is called consciousness as per Vedanta, which is in everyone, which is everywhere. Just like the fish in the water. But you and I say, I am the person. I have to do it. So, in this, through quick limitations, we'd like you to, as we proceed, to become aware of something else. So, our limitations are basically the way we think, how we can imagine. This thing, Disney thought about something nobody could think at that time. Henry Ford thought about creating a car. People said, where will the animal be? Those days only the horses could pull a chariot. You're going to put it inside a bonnet? but this bonnet is too small. He had made a skeleton. He said, but that's too small. He said, no, it's something called an engine. They didn't understand what is engine. Wright Brothers, 1902, 15th of November, in London, there was an exhibition, science exhibition. Wright Brothers' father, Mr. Bishop Wright, who was the Lord, invited to inaugurate the function. He came, journalists came and said, sir, two of your sons have a stall, Wilbur and Orville, and they're saying that they're going to fly. What is your opinion? What Bishop Wright said, it is there in London Museum, in a black ebony with a golden letter. Have a look at it if you go to next time to London. Bishop said, if God wanted us to fly, God could have given us wings and feathers. My sons do not realize that. Today flying is a very simple phenomenon for you and me, isn't it? Anything, you look at it. Just 20, 30 years ago, if I gave you that mobile and say, come, talk to your friend in America, would you believe me? And if it was a little more 50, 60 years, there's no way. If I told you 600 years ago, this earth is round, you would not have believed me. Ferdinand Magellan in 1652 discovered earth is round. So what happened to him? People killed him by throwing stones. Today if I tell you earth is flat, you will look at each other and say, let's go from here, what a fool. So ignorance is the reason why you are not getting connected, and you and I did not reach that perfection level. But some of the masters in India did. And that's how India is so famous, and India is rising. And you and I are lucky because India is Punya Bhumi, declared for thousands of years. Swami Vivekananda has written down, if you get hold of this book, Lectures from Colombo to Almora, page 3, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th line. Read it right from the top, right page. Bill Gates is talking right now. Go, shift is happening. Google it, YouTube, it is there. A 34-year-old Indian men and women are going to rule the world economy, as per Bill Gates, from 2028 onwards. And 2020 to 28, India behind China is going to go past American economy. Bill Gates is saying that. So who are these Indians? Who is going to make this happen? Is it you and me? Our time is gone. But you and I have an important role. The role as a gardener. You know, like a gardener takes that seed, makes sure the soil is prepared, manure, water, sunlight, air, everything is there. You plant the seed. And then a wise gardener does not keep digging it up to see whether it is sprouting or not. You and I do that. What did you learn in the school today? What is that? Digging up. No, but I have to check it out, no? That means what? We don't have faith in our own child. I am saying, do you teach a plant, are you with me, how to grow? As per Swami Vivekananda and given in Mandakya Upanishad in Vedanta, you cannot teach a child how to learn. And you and I make great schools at 2 to the 4. So if we all learn, no? Look what happened. Learning to write, learning to read, learning to do arithmetic. These are the 3 things we did. Arithmetic, mathematics. How many people do you know who loves maths? Our maths is what? Payslip, bank account statement, budget, share market, maybe Dow Jones or maybe gold or foreign exchange value. That's it. Is that mathematics? Look at the people around. What happened? The awareness. Ferdinand Lord Nicole changed it 16th century onwards, and our education became curriculum driven. So why is it we hate writing? When our country is Vedas and Upanishads and Vedanta, why? Very simple. This is what my research finding, and that's how I got the message, start a school. As some of you know, that I'm a combat fighter pilot. Why should I start a school? I can start a flying combat school maybe. But I got a message, no, start a school. And this is the essence. And it's not complicated, it is very simple. But we are missing the simple message. About this once a month parenting session, there are quite a few parents of you here. I can see we used to do it every Saturday. And before that, almost every day. And now we don't have the time, so we do it once a month. This message is to tell you and me to arise and awake. Vivekananda's words. Wake up.
Until the goal is reached.
And you can attain that. You can make your child do that. You and I can't. Our time is gone. Not really totally can't. We can also. After all, Angulimal became a great saint, no? With Buddhas. And Ratnakar became Valmiki, from a great dacoit and a murderer. So why can't you and I? So there is another word in Vedanta saying, it is a sin to call yourself a sinner. Those 4 boys and girls that I met, I was telling you, and they came and said, so, I'm bugged. I did this. I know it is not good. I'm feeling very down. This is the first sentence I told them. I said, monkey, stop calling yourself a monkey. You're not a sinner. Every saint had a past. Yeah? Look at Buddha. Buddha was what? He was a good, happily married prince with all the properties and kingdom and fun, etc. Look at every saint had a past. And every sinner, like you and me, have a future. So hold on to that thought and proceed. We are talking about today, life is what everybody is wanting. You don't realize it. Just imagine a dead body is lying here. My dead body, okay? And you'll say, oh, Dr. Ghosh is dead? And you peep in like that, oh, used to be nice. Some of you may shed a little tear. Many of you may have read that book, no? Who would cry when you die? Thank you. So you see the dead body. Hey, listen, within hours, the body is going to start stinking. Now, and you will put your nose like this and go away from here. What is it? Dead. Dead body is not life. We worship life. Have you realized most of us are looking for life? Where? Extraterrestrial. You're looking for life in another planet. Isn't it? And people are loving to go ahead for life. Life, what's the next one? Gives you love. Have you noticed when you fall in love, you cannot stay separated from each other. You do not want any secrets from each other. But as you grow along, you and I forget something. Don't forget it, because your champion children are monitoring you, watching you. Have you realized? We fight in front of the children as parents, and we love within the closed door. They don't see you loving. They see you fighting. So, confrontation. Don't talk to me. Don't touch me. This is the language going on. I am saying, if your husband, your wife dies today, you're going to put a garland, put an agarbatti every day, and maybe shed a little tear. Yeah? Maybe cry a little bit. Maybe. I'm saying, instead of doing that garland then, why don't you put the garland today, every day? And your children are going to watch that. This language of life to love is flowing everywhere. Have you noticed a chicken? Have you noticed a bird sitting on the hatching time? This is the hatching time going on, no? They're sitting on top of the egg. Have you ever realized, have you ever reflected on it? Look at that bird sitting on the 4 or 5 eggs. The bird will not move, it will not blink. What is it doing? Entire consciousness of the bird is only on the egg. You and I, we are scatterbrained. Our mind is going there, like a tornado. Try sitting still for 5 minutes. Why people don't meditate? And people who love to watch TV. Why? Because TV is continuously changing. And the director is telling you, laugh, laugh, laugh. So you start laughing. And they say, no, no, no. Become tense. Now there is a fighting scene going on. So your body is tense. And then he says, now cry. And you are pretty happy. Somebody is telling you to do something, you are happy. Sit still. Almost everybody says, we love to meditate. So what? New Year resolution. Diwali resolution. Tomorrow morning, 3:30, 4 o'clock, I'm going to get up and start meditating. So your consciousness makes the plan. Do you have body, you have your mind, and you have your consciousness. In the morning, 3:30, consciousness wakes you up, or maybe an alarm wakes you up. And you wake up and consciousness, come on, hey, mind, hey, body, come on, Robbin Ghosh, get up. You have to go and meditate now. Mind says, do you mind? I want to sleep. You never asked me. You made your own resolution. Go ahead, you go and meditate. Body says, I'm not going to move it on. I like sleeping. What is this? You never discussed with us. So who wins? The body and the mind always wins. Again, he says, okay, next year resolution. And it continues on and on. We are talking about when you have that life and that love, something comes called bliss. You're always peaceful. There's one of the very famous monk today. He's a very famous speaker world over. He was asked, he's very young. He's 39, 40. He's a gold medalist, PhD from IIT. And he has received 2 awards from Harvard. He was asked, why did you become a monk? He said, you know what? In my family, my parents were very, very spiritual. They used to read Vivekananda and visit the ashrama. And we used to do that. But from there, when I used to go to the ashrama, I used to see that those monks are always happy, always joyful, always peaceful. And they don't have anything. And I used to ask them, why? And I used to see my parents and everybody else, they're a good parent, but they were always striving and how to save money and how to fight. So I said, why become like them? Why not go straight to that happiness and bliss? That's how I became a monk. So they said, so you renounce everything in the world? He said, no, I didn't renounce everything in the world. He said, then you're a monk, isn't it? He said, yes, but now I have the whole world. Everything is mine. And you know what? You'll be surprised. Wherever he goes, a huge palatial ashrama starts up to learn what he's talking about. And he's talking about Vedanta. World over, you'll be surprised. There are about 600 units has come up, huge ones. 1, 2 in every big city. Entire South, North America, Canada and Europe. This Vedanta is so powerful in the world out, and you and I don't. Oprah Winfrey is saying, how can you start without meditation? And you and I are not. So we have to wake up and proceed. So life, we all want. We want to be alive. We don't like to be dead. With that life comes love. Love will come. And that love will take you to bliss. if the love is unselfish. And which is that love? If you notice, most mothers' love is the unselfish love. But soon enough, that love also becomes expected love. I want him to become like this. I want her to do this. I couldn't do those things. I want them to achieve it. What the Vedanta is telling you, go ahead, make them that, but not this way. There's another way. And in brief, we want to share with you. See, you've heard very famous name, Vivekananda. What does Vivek mean? We have some idea. Good. Ideal. Now, Viveka means a person who can discriminate from real to unreal. They know this is true and this is not true. So I do not want what is not true. Which in turn is called mithya in Vedanta. Mithya is not lies. We think so, and apparently mithya means lie. No. Mithya means unreal. So what is that? We will come to it. In brief, we'll talk about it. Let's say there are two things that we have. If you notice, intrinsic quality is what is our original quality, our natural quality, and something called borrowed quality. It's very simple. Example, let's say we all love to have potato, boiling potato, hot potato. Potato is boiling and it's ready now. It comes onto your plate, it's hot. Is the hot potato's heat, is it intrinsic quality or is it borrowed quality? It's borrowed. It borrowed it from where? From the hot water. Where did the heat of the water come from? If you look carefully, it came from the hot pan. Where did the heat of the pan come from? It's from the fire. Notice the pan, the water, the potato, none of them have intrinsic quality. This is Vedanta. What is it? It is borrowed. They've all borrowed heat from the fire. Is the fire got intrinsic or borrowed? Fire is intrinsic quality. As long as the fire is alive, it's hot. It's intrinsic quality. Understand this. Because of the truth, the fire intrinsic quality. Have you realized the whole world wants fire? Can you understand this? What's the meaning of it? If you can establish truth, Satyameva Jayate, Mandakya Upanishad, second sutra, whole world will want you. Are you with me? I tell our kids, the first principle to earn lots of money is whole lot of truth. Don't tell lies. And this school is here today, many of you are great parents, I can see you, is because we established the truth. I'm telling you, I have lots of kids, parents are sitting here. When they come for the happy birthday, I ask them, what's so special about your kid? And they say, sir, she's doing this, always writing, always doing this, and always asking questions, and don't waste their time with TV and etc. I said, those are very nice to hear, but I want to hear something else. And they possibly don't realize it, but they say, I am not understanding. Most often than not. I say, have you realized that your champion daughter's sons don't tell lies? They say, yes. I said, ma'am, that is the best gift that you can ever give it to your child. Holding on to the truth. Fire is always wanted. Everybody wants it eternally. You go to a jungle, even a monk, you want fire. Isn't it? Intrinsic quality will always take you immortal. Buddha, intrinsic quality is truth. Buddha's body is gone. His body is dead. Is he dead? Is Vivekananda dead? Shankaracharya dead? Confucius dead? Plato dead? Will Steve Jobs die? His body is not dead. Bill Gates or Dr. Rajendra Prasad, or think about any name. Babi Jain, Guru Nanak, Guru Gobind Singh, you could keep on taking so many names. They are not dead. And people are still trying to follow and understand their principles, their philosophy. Which is it? First, be truthful. Establish this within your family. Remember, I started today by saying you and I need to change. We need to change. Even in a joke, don't establish which is falsitude, which is called Viveka. And that's how the Vivekananda, notice he is becoming immortal. Why? Because he holds that truth. And this borrowed quality gives you one more understanding. You know what is that? Whatever is borrowed. Let's say, you notice many of our people are very rich and they're spending Conrad and Ritz Intercontinental and spending money in a coffee shop and having great dinner. But you don't know whether they're rich because they're using plastic card. They're using the card. Whether they're rich or they're not rich, you can't make out today. Everybody's acting rich. But that plastic card is called borrowed quality. It is not your money. You're borrowing it from somewhere, using it, and you're doing these transactions and etc. Appears to be rich. What happens to the richness? It dies. So whatever is borrowed will die. Hot potato will become cold. Our body is borrowed existence. The body is going to die. But what I want you to realize, we all say this microphone exists. Computer exists. I exist. But look at it. This is called in the Vedantic language duality. Meaning this microphone is not me. This computer is not the microphone. This is two. Me and something else. So what is it? Self and non-self. Self is this is me. And which is this me? Mind and body. Try to understand this to make your champion a great champion. We are not our mind, we are not our body. Your child is not the mind, not the body. There is something else. What is that? We will just come to it progressively. But understand it this at this stage. Whatever is borrowed will die. This existence of the microphone is going to die. 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 5 years, we don't know. So, this is the hot potato. Notice the borrowed qualities are not permanent. And you talked about the credit cards and the potential of the richness. So, there is a word called Badha in Sanskrit. B-A-D-H-A. In English translation, it's a philosophical word, which is contemporary of the Vedanta, called sublation. What does it mean? Vivek means what? Vivek, what the person who knows what is not real. And that's how the Vivekananda. And the moment you realize what is not real, you're filled with bliss. Remember, a little while ago we covered life, love, and bliss. So this, Vivek is realizing what is not real. This is not real. Is sky blue? No. But we say sky is blue. The great philosopher said, why did the ancients say that the sun rises in the east and sun sets in the west, meaning sun is moving. So the philosopher is saying, okay, sun is rising in the east and sets in the west, meaning sun is moving and earth is stationary. We all thought so, no? The earth is the center in the ancient time, till our rishis came up and discovered. The philosopher is asking, okay, I've got a question. What if they realized, those ancient people, that sun is stationary and earth is rotating, that you and I have discovered now. The earth is moving, sun is stationary. How will this world look? Are you with me? When they saw sun is rising, sun is setting, meaning sun is moving, earth is stationary, this world looks something to them, to everybody. Today we have realized that sun is not moving, it is earth which is moving. How will the world look like? The philosopher is asking. Have you realized it doesn't change? The world is not changing. But you're realizing the truth. What happens with the truth? You become aware. So what I want you to be aware is the potential which is within you and me, which is the truth, which is permanent within the children. If you realize it, just become aware. So, people say, okay, I'm sold. Now tell me, what do I have to do? So have you realized in everywhere, with the Patanjali Yoga or religious processes of every religion, they tell you what? You have to do something, isn't it? You have to sit down, you have to Nam Jap, or you have to do prayer, or you have to do agarbatti, or puja, or satyanarayana, or something. You have to do something, no? Mosque, church, temple, gurdwara, something. You have to do something. The beauty part of the Vedanta is talking about you don't have to do anything. You have to just become aware. The moment you are aware, sky is not blue, it appears to be blue. You're aware. Sun is not rising and setting. You're aware. The moment you become knowledgeable, and that's the criteria of the IB. Have you realized this? So coupling IB with Vedanta is so simple for us. I want to share with you some things. So achieving great heights, always possible, and enhance, enlighten the dream, the vision that you have. Look at the great masters, people that you know. Plant that seed into your child, into your own self. Knowing that the Vedantic principle, the first principle of successful parenting, you know what is it? Does anybody recollect?
Love.
What's the first principle?
Love.
Love
Love your kids always.
Love?
Love your kids always.
Yeah.
Whatever they are.
That's very nice. But the principle is something else. You know what the first principle? Principle said everything is possible. That's the first principle. Just think of it. Our problem is lack of thinking. We say, me? World number one? Yeah. Sure, why not? You love me very much, so you keep thinking of me like that. You already condemned yourself. Third principle. There are 7 principles. Third one says, when you make a choice, you change the future. Change the future. Choose. Going ahead, when you have a vision, when you work as a team, have that vision. And wide angle and telescopic, both put together. Have that vision. Let nobody believe in you. Let you be the lone walker. But you know what? The moment you believe in it, people will follow you and start going behind you. You have to have that belief. And the beauty is, not just people, the nature will follow you. There's a beautiful old Chinese statement. Autochromatic monocrat is the name of the sun. Autochromatic, single monocrat, only ruler in this so-called our solar system. The Chinese proverb says, if you keep looking at the sun, which is so powerful, huge, gigantic, and takes care of life, if you keep looking at the sun, even the sun will follow you. Isn't it? If you keep looking at the sun, sun will rise and travel at the back and follow the back. Now it's going to follow you now. It's a statement for the highest or the mightiest of the power, the nature will follow you. Something happens, and that you call a miracle. We say no, it's only your vision. And miracle is something which you can't explain with your normal five senses. And that you call miracle. All we have to give it to our children, the understanding you can. Remember I was talking to those kids, I told them, champion, you can. All you have to do is believe in it. They said, sir, you told us tell truth, have faith in ourselves, and believe in God. What if I wish it to come true? I said, yes, it will. Really? I said, you tell me. How many days? I said, today. 5, 6 days. Just practice telling truth. Come and see. So they come and take candies. They came to take candy from me. They said, sir, today we want Swiss candy. I said, champion, I'd love to give you Swiss candy, but I don't have. I have only these organic candies. Okay, tell me, have you been telling truth? They said, yes, sir. How many days? 5, 6 days. They had attended my talk last week. I said, okay, just watch, you will get it. Really? I said, check it out. Come and tell me tomorrow if you don't get it. Now the mothers are sitting here. They went. They must have forgotten while traveling in the bus or the car. Then they went home and they pressed the bell and mommy opened the door and mommy said, surprise! They say, how mommy? Dr. Ghosh called you? She said, no. I was cleaning the fridge and I saw I had kept it for some time. I thought I'll give it to you today. I asked them, who told mommy? They say, God told mommy. I said, that is true. Now you're having that candy, you're very happy with mommy and watching TV before you go out to play or start your project. And you suddenly see a big pizza in the TV. Mommy, let's have pizza for dinner. Mommy said, champion, not today. Already programmed. Okay, next 2-3 days we'll do something. Little later, dad comes home. You go running. Hi, dad. Dad says, surprise. You say, how, daddy? Mommy called you. Dad said, no. You know, Pune traffic. I was jammed and I saw their Pizza Hut on the left side. I know you and I love pizza. I thought, let me go and pick up one. I asked them, who told daddy to do that? So remember, if you hold on to truth, your visions will come true. Hey, there are lots of people in the world, if you look at them, they've done that. This school is, our kids don't tell lies. I say 2 to 3 years. Younger ones, 6 months will do. Why? Because understand this, are you with me? Very powerful realization. The intrinsic quality of your child is truth. It's not lie. It's yours and mine have become because we've forgotten the truth. We've forgotten the sky is not blue. It appears. We've forgotten it appears that we are filled with lies and sin, and we say we are sinner. They say you are not. You think so. Remove that. Erase it. Have you realized a pencil? A pencil is a great quality. Pencil, whatever you write, you can erase it. And have you noticed the pencil, the actual property of the pencil is not in the body. It's something which is within the pencil called the graphite. That within yourself, within the child is the power. That's what you need to go ahead and tell them, I have the power. Which automatically will bring in. competitive success. Middle years program we just had, and some of you Bobbies participated so much in the competition. We had an evaluation team, and we are shocked. And so is Bobby ma'am, ma'am there, they all participated in that. I don't know, anybody else participated here? I can see two of them. You will be shocked what the report we got. I also can't believe. And we are 24 years. And this is the first time IB has sent a report to a school of this nature. I'm going to share with you. This second evaluation meaning 10 years. After 5 years is first, after 10 years is. So we all stand proud of you. The fruits of the hard work of the parents, teachers, and students are reaped through the results. We are delighted to share, by the way, this is a message which has gone into all the parents. You will see, those of you who don't know, I am the PTA secretary. And you all will read it in your ERP message. Share that our school has once again achieved the perfect record in the MRP middle years, that's 6th to 10th grade for those who are fresh. Evaluation report of the result of 2000 came down on 15th of November, just a few days ago. We have once again not just been congratulated in our outstanding performance with brilliant standards and excellent practices, but IB has also requested us to officially share and continue to drive excellence to every other IB school. Can you believe that? Yes, ma'am. We felt so good. And it is you, parent first. Without parent, children won't be there. And with you, the children, and then the teachers, and then the supporting staff members. But all of us are just the cause. The main reason, effect, is the supreme power. And we believe that is called the Vedanta. That if you believe in it, it will win. The first day of the visit, this time, generally there are two visitors come from another part of the country world. So one came from US and one came from New Zealand. The US lady is currently head of the program in Tokyo in one of the top schools. And the New Zealand lady is head of the program in New Zealand. Now this time, IB decided to send one of the world examiner, world senior most manager. She happened to be an Indian. Indian, they're very, like you and me, we are always looking at dal mein zarur kuch kala hoga. So after the first day's visit, when they went back, I got the report from my senior staff members, coordinators. Sir, they're not believing. Whatever they're seeing, I can see they're not believing. I said, really? You also didn't believe, no? Mobile could work, aircraft could fly, earth is round. They also didn't believe. The next day morning when they came, I generally received visitors, so I went and received them along with principal and the coordinators. We were 5-6 of us. And as they were walking, I talked to the senior most who came as the IB observer. She was an independent observer and wrote to me, I am not going to participate, I am just going to watch. Actually, her idea was to check it out. Why is this school? Last time we were declared a model school. So they want to check it out. What's so model about it? It's the power of the Vedanta. I'm trying to ask you, learn a little bit of that Vedanta and establish in your family, you will be the model family. Our ancient rishis have given it to us. I was talking to them. I said, would you like to spend today a little time with me? They said, yes, what time? I said, you come for your convenience, 10, 10:30, 11, wherever you're comfortable. So she came. She sat with me for 2 hours and watched the result. They continued. There's a letter on top. Can you see this? This is the lady, Suman Sethi, who's written. She's writing to me. Allow me to start with thanking you and your community for the commitment to a thorough self-study process and the thoughtful presentation of your results. Your commitment has been evident when reviewing your school's document and when you engaged with the team during the evaluation visit. I realize how much work this means and hope that the process of the self-study has already generated heights that have made the work worthwhile. This is what she is reflecting on our school's performance. She's saying, I realize. Next, as you can see from the report, everything is perfect. Everything is 100 out of 100. Everything is no comment. Can you believe that? No matters to be addressed. She's saying, as you can see from the report, the following areas of program implementation were identified in particular strengths in the evaluation report. We encourage you to share such good practices with the IB community, considering one or more of the following. 1. Connect with the IB community to allow others to be inspired by what is going on in your school. Can you believe that? Somebody comes to your home and say, would you please inspire us also what you're doing? Either virtually, via the program committees, via the local IB network or association, that is leads engagement, LinkedIn, program communication, many ways, digital methods also. Then it says encourage members of your community who drive excellence to join the educator work. They're calling our team Drive Excellence, including you all as the parents. They say network as site visitors, examiners, members, and curriculum review coordinators. Go down to other places and review them, examine them, make their curriculum like yours. Can you imagine the honor? It's great. And then she says in C, apply to present at a global IB conference the concept that you are doing. They didn't believe it on the first day, and this is after 3.5 days they've written down this report. Then they are saying, in addition, I hope you do not mind that we have shared the good practices we have found in your school internally across the IB to alert our colleagues to the expertise you have to offer. They're saying, let them realize how good the school is. And then saying, once again, we would like to congratulate you on the strong program implementation that was evident in your self-study. We look forward to supporting you in the future continuously. This is the, I think, 7th year now. Our school in IB, Asia Pacific, has been declared as a model school, and this time they want us to share it with the world community. So in Bangkok in March is the next world community. We are trying to prepare a paper and we shall present it to them. So what we're trying to say, it is great honor indeed that we need to continue to march ahead with our children to higher and higher perfection. Only thing all you and I have to say, I believe it is there. You have to believe at the end of the expressway Mumbai does exist. If you say there's no Mumbai, why get into the expressway? The most of us are pretty happy being in the well. What is the well? A traditional good school. Hey, they're not bad school, they're very good school. Like you and I have been through. They're good school to produce good people, good children. Like who? Like you and me. And who are we? Don't mind my words, we are middle class. World doesn't know about us. I'm saying your kids don't have to. Where they're reaching, what standard they're achieving, unbelievable. Every time I look at them and I tell them, Monkey, you're not teaching me anything. This is how you know everything. I said, I don't know anything what you're talking about. Really, I don't. Champion Man's daughters, her son. My God, look at them. What they're doing, they're shaking up. Who are they? They're our kids. So this journey began with a student-centric approach that created a new spark in the entire process. The goal was always been clear to us, our focus has been the process and the learning experiences we are called today, that's why by the media and by ABI, Futurist Ready School. So we are talking, we want this education by which character is formed. First is character. Truth shall always prevail. Not mugging up. You learned child stop, boy stop, parodies. Do you remember them today? Then why did I study? You learn how to write and how to read and how to do arithmetic. You hate doing it or don't like it or not very excited about it. Why did we learn? We are saying first form the character. If you form the character, you'll be surprised. Everything else, name, fame, honor, money, good health, good relationship, everything will come flooding onto you. People will follow our children. And we are realizing today, IB to make them write this, and these parents, if you ask them, some of you, what questions IB asked them? They were asking for, I think, almost hour to 2 hour session, trying to drill holes to them to find out what's fault in the school. They came back and they met me. I hadn't met them. They came and said, Dr. Ghosh, I don't know what you're doing. I couldn't find one fault. And that's all kudos to you as parent. It is so. There are no faults in your children too. We look at the falsitude. We look at the mithya. We forget that's not real. And we need to be, you and I, Viveka, to be aware. So what is Vivekananda saying? We want that education by which character is formed, strength of mind is increased, intellect is expanded, by which they can stand on their own feet. He's talking about, this is the IB Leaders Education concept, which we took on about 24 years ago. Everybody was saying, take IGCSE, take ICSE, take IB. Our research pointed out that the International Baccalaureate, that time it was just 24-year-old. Very few people in the world knew about IB, particularly in India. So, what we want are Western science coupled with Vedanta. This is Vivekananda's word. 132 years ago, he had discovered it in his deep meditation. India needs Western education, but not IGCSE, ICSE. That is curriculum driven. Something else. Discovery, inquiry, question, challenge. By which he's talking about Brahmacharya is the guiding motive. What is Brahmacharya? Don't abstain from truth, purity, kindness, love, bliss. That's Brahma me acharo. Live in the Brahma. Where is Brahma in you and me? All we are worried about life insurance and heart attack and migraine and maybe diabetes, or worried my mother used to have this, so I might also have it. Hey, come on, we don't have to forsake. Many of you know me for decades. Have you ever seen me sick? I am not great. I'm saying you are great, your children are great. Only thing, just realize it. That we are. And that is what Vedanta says, Tat Tvam Asi. That is who you are. And that is not this body, not this mind. Vivekananda talked about real education is not the amount of information we have in our lives, but the number of ideas which transform our... So what is it? We are not. I'm going to say something. It is called Mahavakya in Vedanta. It says, we are not born in this earth to enjoy this universe, this world. What does it mean? We are not born in this universe to enjoy this world. Then, what are we for? Have you realized all we are doing is enjoyment? Food, clothes, purchases, shopping, feeling small, and etc. etc. We are not born in this universe to enjoy this world. Then what are we born for? Mahavakya says, Mahavakya will never go old. That's why it's called Mahavakya. Vakya is a word which has been discovered. We are born here to do something for the world. So your kids and our kids, this is what I was talking to this poor kid. I said, you're monkeys, you're not born here to just have fun or enjoy. I don't mean that we have a serious face, no.
Yeah.
Enjoy this world, have fun, very good. So, what is IB with Vedanta? You understood? Non-self with self. What is it? Me. This mind, body is me. Shankaracharya 1400 years ago has written down Mano buddhi ahankara chittana na aham. Shankaracharya is saying Mano, mind, buddhi, intellect, ahankar, I-ness, chittana, memory, not me, na aham. Mano buddhi ahankara chittana na aham. But the first sentence of that, this is the first sentence, leads to what? Many of you heard this song again and again. May have heard it, people singing temples and people play it. Chitta Jasji has sung this again and again. What does it say? Second sentence of this sentence of Shankaracharya is Chidananda Rupoham Shivoham Shivoham. What's he saying? I am the Shiva. Shivoham. This is ancient Vedantic message. You are that. Look at Jesus Christ. What did he say? If you read Resurrection of Jesus Christ, Second Coming of Jesus Christ, these are the books available with me. If you like, come and read it. He says, Kingdom of Heaven is within you. You and I are told what? If you have been a good girl, good boy, and if you've done lots of good things, then you will meet God. Where? When you die. Where? Heaven. Heaven is up there. We are saying, if God is there, why can't I see Him right now? I want to see Him like this microphone, that glass of water, like the computer. Why can't I? Vedanta saying, yes, you can. I show it to the kids. I say, come on, I'll show you. But I'll show you only one or two kids. Many of them have seen it. And you can see it too. You can show it to the kids too. All you have to do, learn, practice to hold on to those simple principles. Being truthful, learning to be still. What's the power of being still? We'll just come to it. See, this is snake in the rope. Vedantic, very famous story. You go in a darkened alley or in your house, there is no light, and you suddenly see a huge snake like this. Oh my God, snake! And your wife or husband says, wait, let's see. And you go back a little bit and switch on the light from the mobile, and he said, no, it's just a rope. So what happened? Just think, this is called awareness. The moment you become aware, it is a rope. Notice snake vanished. Are you with me? Now I'll give you another example. This table is made of wood. Imagine, everything is made of wood. Your ornaments of different size, different shape, different pattern, different design, but all made of same gold. No difference. The moment I say this table, this snake is not snake, this table is not table, it is wood. So one father in the jungle was training his boy in the Vedantic time. Took him to show him the town, little village. So then he went and he was sitting down. There must be those days, whatever they were doing. And they found some chairs and tables, and he had never seen chairs and tables. He grew up, born there in the jungle and growing up. He asked, Father, what are these things? He said, they're tables, they're chairs. This is where you sit down and you write, and they sit down and... He said, no. He said, why do you say no? He said, they're not chairs, they're not tables, they're wood. I'm saying now, imagine, the moment I said the snake is not a snake, it's a rope, with the awareness of the light, you realize it is rope. With the awareness of this is wood, will the table vanish? No. This is Vedantic realization. Okay? It will continue to be there. Till the table degenerate, the wood destroys. This awareness is when you, the moment you're getting in to understanding. What is enlightenment? Enlightenment is nothing else, just becoming aware. Consciousness. You know what a Buddha means? Buddha is a meaning. It means the one who knows. What is it? Same as Viveka. What is real, what is not real. He knew it. So being aware of ourselves, being aware of the power of the consciousness. See, you all can hear me, see me. Who's hearing me, who's seeing me? You say I. I say just think, is it so? Your eyes are watching me, ears are hearing, and those things are images and the messages are going into the brain, and the brain in turn is giving it to the mind. And you say, okay, this monkey, this is that Dr. Ghosh who's talking. You're getting that message. Can you get that message if you were absent-minded, like we used to be in the class? Whole class session is gone in. I am bored and I ask my student next door when the teacher leaves, what was she talking about? Mind is not there. Would you be able to listen, monitor, hear me if you were in deep sleep? What if you were sitting there but unconscious? What if you were in coma? So what is missing? Consciousness. This consciousness, as per Vedanta, is Ishvara, is God. Everywhere. Can you tell me one place where there is no consciousness? One part of the world, 1 century, 1,000 years ago, million years ago, consciousness wasn't there? Is it possible? So as per Vedanta, there is another name for it called Brahman. And where is consciousness? Is in everyone. What did Jesus say? Kingdom of heaven is within you. Consciousness is within you. So you and I need to realize that consciousness is the power, is within the child, is within you and me. And the moment you plant the seed like a good gardener, a wish, a thought, believe in it, work with it, it will come true. Is there a sense of culmination? So within our children, within our own self, So do what? Okay, I'm sold. Very good. Who is this Brahman? I would like to have something. He's saying just become aware. Become conscious. What is it? Know. You say knowingness. You say understanding. Have you realized that IB, this is the same thing? Understand. The moment you understand, you cannot forget it. You forget Charles' law, Boyle's law, Faraday's law, Ohm's law. Supposing I give these champion kids, I show them an Alfonso mango. And I tell them this is Alfonso mango. You can eat it, it's a fruit. So they're looking at it, possibly they've never eaten. So, I cut a slice and I put it in their mouth. The moment they take it, their eyes widen because of the strange taste of the mango and beautiful. What did you and I learn? Look at the difference. Content, which is curriculum, to concept, which is what I'm talking about now. You and I learned what is the taste of a mango. There are 5 words. You will be surprised. In English dictionary, taste of a mango comes with only 5 words. First is sweet, sour, juicy, pulpy, and tangy. There are no other words in the English dictionary. Check it out. Now, I am asking, what about grapes? What about nectarines? What about peaches? What about plums? What about strawberries and blueberries and blackberries and raspberries and oranges? Aren't they all sweet, sour, juicy, pulpy? And sweet and sour is tangy. Aren't they? Then what's the difference between mango and this one? Now, what do? We, after making them taste all the fruit and the mango, we tie up their eyes. And we say, listen, I am going to give you all the fruit. When you taste the mango again, you raise your palm. Do you think they will realize when they taste the mango? And not only they will realize, they will never forget. Do you ever forget how to walk, how to swim, have what is the taste of a vanilla ice cream or that crispy peanut? You never forget. That is called conceptual learning. So what is it? Just become aware. Now can you see this brook? It's called a brook. It's a tiny kind of a rivulet going down the mountains. It's crystal clear. Can you see these gold coins? If you throw the coin into that little brook, that little rivulet, you can see it shining. Even at 25 paisa, you can throw it, you can see it there. This is river, please be with me, is the mind of an aware parent. They know. Are you with me? Let 10 people say, "So she is taking drugs." I said, "Okay, bring it to me. I give you guarantee in a short time." She doesn't know what to do with herself. There are people, most of the schools are having this problem today. You must be hearing about it. How come this school doesn't have? You'll be surprised. Very simple. It's just becoming aware. And there with the power of the Vedanta. Now, this is the gold coin. This is also a simile, a metaphor of those people who are running for money and matter like you and me and 10,000 thoughts. Their mind is not crystal clear. But those who are aware, awakened parent, their mind is calm, peaceful, happy, joyful. So what is it? Life, love, bliss. This is the gold coin can be seen. And notice, the water doesn't get affected with the gold. But it is there. So you have the money, but you use it to give it to people, help other people, do whatever it is, maybe some of your own chores. And what is this? Torrenting, raging. So if you go to Rishikesh or, places like Devaprayag, Rudraprayag, you will see that rivulet. But you go and see in this July, August, June time, that same river Ganga from crystal clear becomes like this. Now you can't see the gold coin. And this mind is the mind of most of the parents, most of the, in Sanskrit word called Vishayi, who are chasing towards more and more. More fun. Enjoy the world. Mind is clubbered, and soon enough, I used to eat too much of sweet. That's why I got diabetes. And you say, no, I have to reduce weight now. And everybody is in dieting now. Truth shall always win. Fire and its intrinsic quality will never be lost. Water has the intrinsic quality of quenching your thirst, will never be lost. And notice, major part of you and me is water. Essential. So we are talking about be truthful, nature only sides with truth. We're talking about like with fire, strengthens the need and makes it wanted. Makes you eternal, makes you immortal. So, great parents, thank you very much. It's something which is beautiful, which you have to understand. There's a big session was going on with the monks. I'll tell you two metaphor. So the head monk asked everybody, what do you think is the causes of suffering in the human mind? This is the question Buddha had. He found 4 answers and he gave us the 4 ways, 8-fold paths. So, what is that which makes you suffer? So, majority of the monks said it is the desire. We want our greed. But the head monk said no. He said then, it is the fear. So if you notice, even I have fear. We are riddled with fear. Fear of death. Fear of losing something, which in turn gives us desire. Desire comes to the second step. So Vedanta says it's the fear first. So, limit to what our children can achieve. No limits. We have to instill similar belief in the heart of your children. What? I can. I'll give you simple. When I was young kids, like all of you have been through, for some reason, my dad wasn't a great psychoanalyst or something. He was a very loving, caring parent, like all of us are. My mother was same too. But strangely, for some reason, we have 5 brothers and a sister. You will hear Deepu Ghosh, Robbin Ghosh, they're all Olympic gold medalists, Arjuna Award winner in badminton. They're my elder brother, third brother. So we grew up like that. Every day morning, 4:30, go for a run, practice for 3 hours. Father used to be with us. Today I think, how many of us fathers, mothers, go along? My younger brother was that time, 1.5, 2 years of age. Mother used to say, let him sleep. Father used to say, nothing doing. He is also going to come. So, look at it. At the end of the race, I have not forgotten it. We used to have a 100-meter dash. My elder brother was 6 years elder to me. And naturally, I must have been 4, 5, 6, 7 years old. And they are much better and faster than me. But as we start the 100-meter dash, the father used to tell them there's 3, 1 year gap. And I was after that. I also want to go. If you go, and then just to encourage me possibly, he used to say, I've not forgotten it. He used to tell my other brother, just watch, he's going to win. Just to encourage me, possibly. I don't know, because I never asked him, I realized it now. So we used to go, and 100 meters dash, and everybody had to come and touch father. And I used to put up my 100% run, and naturally I can't defeat them. I still remember my brothers were there. And what they would do, out of the respect of the father, at the end, they will slow down and I'll go ahead and touch my father. And I said, I did it. And he used to say, didn't I say he will win? You know what? I see in my life today, wherever, whatever situation, I will say, can I give it a try? I'm talking about, let's say, a hardware problem in computer. I know nothing about hardware. I used to say, okay, come here. Tell me what's the problem. I asked them just now, today, every day. I said, tell me what's the problem. They said, this is the problem. I said, how do you solve it? They will give me 2, 3 something. I said, 1 minute. Try that one. And they try it. And strangely, either that one or the next one will work. And they will say, sir, it is done. You know why? All I learned, never give up. Try. You and I need to give it to a kid. That's how you make them a winner. So, very simple. In the heart of our children, the belief that they can. Our attitude and beliefs towards our children from our create. What limits us is our thought. This is, some of you have heard about Henry. The last one was when he died. You can, whatever you think you can, you're right. And whatever you say that I can't, you're right there too. So which one do you want? So, we have a choice. We are talking about, I said I'll cover it a little later. We are this mind, the body and the consciousness. Imagine, though it is not as it is pictorially given, but it's just for us to make us understand. This body will not be there unless the mind, and the mind is like the moon receiving, as per Vedanta knowledge. I'll make it very short so that it's not too heavy for you. It's taken me many decades to start to begin to understand a little bit. The consciousness is like the sunlight. It's falling on our mind, and the mind is like the moon receiving the sunlight, showing the light at night. The mind is working. It's called reflective consciousness. It's showing. So when you love, hate, analyze, etc., that's your mind is doing it. No, I don't like it. I hate Kurt. I love Kurt. I like him. Another one said, I hate him. What is all there? There is a reflective consciousness. But it is influenced by the mind, and which in turn is giving to the body. But understand this. This consciousness is not like the sunlight. This consciousness is everywhere. It's not just reflecting on a body and a mind. This consciousness is all you have to do is to be aware, like the fish in the water. You cannot see it, but you would feel its presence the moment you make wishes and you let it be, like the plant of a seed in a soil. You know it's going to sprout. It will, if you're taking care of the soul. Like a gardener, you and I need to plant the seed into our children, believe in them, guide them. They may like to go into a different line, which you may think is wrong. Talk to them, discuss with them, and then take certain tracks and paths. The only limits we have are the limits of our belief. So, never achieve more than what we believe we can. We are talking about know you who really are. Like the tiger, you can see. So one lion can rule this world, not millions of sheep. And most of us with the traditional schooling, we have grown up believing, I am not like that. I can't. So can you see? These are various messages. What is it? I can't. Do not. We have been told so many times, I must not make a mistake. So you are what you feed your mind. The unfortunate superpower of the negative is that it has a stronger impact than the positive. Think. You bought, I'm giving an example. You bought a 5:05 flight to Delhi. You come, your husband or wife says, what time is the flight? Is it 5 o'clock? 5 o'clock? Oh my God. What is the first thought? I hope I'll wake up. What if I miss? Yeah? That means I have to go there at 3 o'clock. Oh my God. See, notice the negative impact. The moment you take on these practices, you are aware. You see, why are you thinking like that? I actually bought a ticket for my third brother. He was to come from Calcutta to here. The first question he asked, his flight was at 5:05. He said, what if I miss it? I said, why should I miss it? Why are you thinking of missing it? No, don't understand. There are no taxis. At that time, oh my God. I said, okay, I'll get your taxi. How will you get from Pune? I said, nothing. There are lots of cabs on call. I'll send them the money. They'll come to you on time. Can you see? Find solutions in the problem. And where is it? Inside the problem. And you and I are looking for somewhere else. So, neuroscientists have discovered that the voices in our mind are naturally more negative than positive. Now, what we have to do? What can we do? Train your mind, train your body. How do you do that? Can you see this elephant? See, that Mahmoud was sitting on top of it. Elephant is too huge. The mouth sitting on top of it is the simile, is the metaphor of the consciousness. It's tiny bit, though it's extremely powerful. And the mind and the body awareness of you and me, the moment I say, who are you? You say me. This is my name, this is my form. So Nama, Rupa, Bhavahara. This is called name, form and action. This is who we are. If you look carefully. Name, form and action. So, body is too big. Elephant's body, huge. If mouth says turn right, he doesn't want to turn right. He wants to sit down. Can mouth do anything? He can even poke him. He will not listen. So, instead of right, he will turn left or roll on the ground and maybe kill the mouth also. He has the power. So what is this mind and the body? This is like that elephant. How does it work? Training. Train the elephant, elephant will do anything. Whatever you train. So, feed your mind. These are the negative things which is continually frustration, sadness, loneliness. I am saying, people say, I'm so lonely, so I thought I started smoking. I'm talking about young kids. Must be something good in it. See, being lonely, many of us feel, oh, I'm lonely. Learn to be, understand this, alone. Aloneness is very powerful. I love to be alone. The moment you're alone, you can never be lonely. Because you're always connected. To who? To your own self. You're aware. And this is the journey. It sounds very difficult, big. No. Start practicing it. Start taking the first step. You'll automatically find you are powerful. This is the ocean. So, you have about 2 minutes. It's already 12:35. Ocean and the wave. We are in this conscious world, like the fish in the water. We are in that ocean and we are like waves. This is Vedanta, okay? Some waves are nice and big, like you and me. Some are smaller. Some are even smaller. Some are like bubbles, like froth. And we look at them, and who are they? They are those people living in the basti or driving the auto rickshaw, and we say, loser. Inferiority complex, superiority complex. We say they haven't studied in the school, so learning in the school is for earning money because they haven't studied. They're not earning, poor guy. We have those kind of things. We are the same waves in the same ocean. And suddenly I say, oh my God, which one is this one? And I look, the huge wave coming behind, they say that's tsunami. And I say, I can never be like that. So this is discrimination going on among the waves in their mind. One wave comes and tells me, hey, can you see that line? I said, yeah. He said, Robbin, do you know what will happen when you go there? I said, no. He said, you're going to die there. I said, die there? What is die there? He said, that's the shoreline. I said, what happened there? He said, you stop being a wave. I said, really? What will I become? He said, you become water. I said, what is water? He said, you don't know, you are water. I said, shut up, I don't believe you. Notice Vedanta is telling you, we are consciousness, we don't believe, we think we are mind and the body. He says, you are water. I said, shut up, I am a wave, I don't believe you. So this wave said, what a stupid guy, he goes away. Another wave comes. He said, Robbin, why are you looking worried? I said, that monkey told me just now I'm going to die. He said, that is true. I said, really? I'm going to die? He said, yes. What about my husband, my wife, my parent, my children? He said, everybody died. I said, really? But I don't want to die. I don't want them to die. He said, that's possible. I said, how? He said, become still. So imagine in the ocean, this wave suddenly decides to be still in the ocean. Pacific Ocean, Indian Ocean, becomes still. What will happen to the wave now? Where is it? What is it now? Is it a wave anymore? No, it becomes water. Water of what? Water of the same ocean. In other words, can you say this is that wave water? No, it is mixed with the entire ocean. The moment you are connected with the consciousness, become aware, your wish is the wish of the entire ocean. This is where they say God Himself will come and make it happen. Are you with me? So, you have the wealth of the ocean, the power of the ocean, all those gems and everything in the ocean, just by being silent, learning, seek perfection. Has given every human the capacity to realize this truth and achieve the fulfillment. This I shall talk another time. So, tell your children, tell yourself, we are the lion, we are the tigers, metaphorically. You can do anything. You have any question? Any doubts? Yes, ma'am.
Sir, how are we?
Give her a mic, please. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Like, how are we teaching this Vedanta to the kids? Like through meditation or?
How long are we teaching Vedanta?
Not how long. How are we teaching? The school is teaching Vedanta to kids.
A very good question. I covered it a little while ago. The same thing, but I'll repeat it. You remember I said I take sessions with these kind of kids, and I ask them,
Okay.
what do you want? Why do you come to school? And they said to learn. And I said, where do you want to learn? They said, there'll be no more. We go to colleges and get degree and then get a job and then earn money. So I asked them, do you come to school to earn money? And this is what normal schools say. You should get a degree, then you get 98%, then you'll become a doctor or IIT or whatever. That's what the normal school. So we say that's not the answer. The answer is something else. So, what is it? First principle, if you want lots of money, tell truth. Where is truth? Truth is from Mandakya Upanishad. This is Vedanta. Establish truth within. Second, have faith in yourself. What is that? Tattvamasi, aham brahmasmi. That's Vedanta. Are you with me?
Yeah. So
And have faith in God. Supreme Brahman is the supreme reality. That alone is true. That's you have one child?
I have two.
Two. The other one is also yours over there? That's yours? There is similarity between your son and this daughter. Both of them. You never met each other, right?
No.
But there is a similarity. Ma'am, was your daughter born about 12 or 15 days before the due date? Maybe a little more.
This one? Yeah, absolutely. She's 2 weeks premature.
2 weeks premature.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Wasn't
right.
she born before?
Yes.
Do you know same thing has happened with his son? Ask him.
Really?
What is the date given by the doctor? When was your son born? The date. And what did the doctor tell you? Remember?
Doctor told us 14 September, but he
Use the mic. Use the mic. Yeah, reflect on it.
Doctor told us.
I can't hear you, man.
Hello.
Yeah.
Doctor told us 14th September, but he born on the 15th September.
15?
September.
That means 1 day late.
Yeah.
Okay. Your champion, have you noticed? How old is he now?
4 years plus. 4 years.
4 years?
3 months.
Okay. Have you noticed that he is very difficult to keep him still? Sitting still?
Yes.
Have you noticed he always loves outdoor?
Yes.
Very good physically.
Yes.
Have you noticed in the early 1 to 2 years of age, he used to use both hands equally well, left little more?
Yes.
Have you noticed he loves crispy, salty, chatpada food?
Yes.
Have you noticed he's got a birthmark in his body on the left hand side, most probably at the back? Is it there? Mommy? Haven't seen it. Look at it, heel to the scalp. Sir, you got round dates. It's not possible he's born after. You know why? He's more powerful, so is this girl, than you and me. They are telling, Mommy, let me go face the world, I'm ready. You with me? They have to be born before. They're called indigo kids. I've been watching them while I'm talking to everybody. It is not possible. How do you think you four got connected to this room? I'm doing a session for my parenting. How did you get connected? You will say admission officer told us. How? Why should you say that?
Actually, whatever you were saying is right. Actually, we were in US, and my kids were going to the school in US, and I was a homemaker that time. So I was watching all the videos like Sadhguru and other things, and I was wishing that like how it could be like if my kids are going to the school where they teach these kind of meditation and other stuff and how to handle our body and mind. Mainly I was just thinking that instead of just doing academics and other stuff, how it would be if my kids know how to handle the body and mind very well.
So notice, think of it, ma'am. Firstly, you were in a state curriculum syllabi.
Yeah.
That is curriculum driven. As per Bill Gates, the report is with me, it's there on the TV, you can open it through YouTube. It's called Shift is Happening by Bill Gates and Melinda Gates Foundation, and Clark Fish is the scientists who have written that report. 69% of the kids in the US, South, North and Canada and European belt and Australia, you'll be surprised, are school dropouts beyond 5th grade. So you all wanted to shift. Who told you? That wish which you had, what I talked about just now, if you believe in it, if you work towards it, you will be brought. And where? Just see, I don't even advertise. And you happen to walk into a session with my parents.
That's true. Actually, even I was just getting into this room thinking that you are going to talk more about the school academic stuff and how to do stuff like that. But I never expected such kind of conversation from you. It's like what I'm saying, that's whatever we wished, right? And we came here due to some unfortunate situations. But still we landed up in the place where we wanted to. So, my request to both of you, and they're all existing parents for a very, very long time. Some of them like, I think you're about 15 years? How many?
13 years.
Another?
13.
13 years. Ma'am, how many years? 13 years.
12 years.
12 years. So they're all long time parents, and some of you believe and have faith in the supreme divinity consciousness, which you may call by dualism Krishna, God, Allah, Christ, Jal, Pani, Tari, water, you in French, whatever you like to call. But it's the supreme power which is guiding all of us. You have to make the wish, believe in it, and you will be shocked what our kids are doing today. These are the kids. Would you like to, Pami, like to share a few words? I would like you, Pami, Anaga, to say a few words what your kids are doing. Just a few sentences.
Yes, my elder daughter is in MYP 4 and she's been here.
That's 9th standard.
Yes, she's been here since she was like 2 years old. And I've seen a very big change in her. The amount of self-confidence, you can say, and her independence level has increased a lot. And extremely doing good in academics, of course. And my younger one is in PYP 5. And they come up with sometimes brilliant ideas. In between, they came up with some idea and they shared with sir. Also, they came up with, I don't recall, but they come up with ideas and they are free to go and talk to Dr. Ghosh and ma'am. Which in our times, I would say, we didn't have the courage to go and talk to our principal. So, but I'm very happy, and they are so much into the school that they don't want to miss school a single day. And every time I see that they are very excited to get up and come to school, and the school has that energy that brings them here, and very proud, and thanks to sir and ma'am for whatever my kids are today. I'm very happy, extremely proud.
Yes.
Hi, my name is Poonam Lipane. My elder son is in MYP 2 and my younger daughter is in PYP 1. So they are here since they were 4 months old, both of them. Yeah, and 4 months old is just like handing over my child in sir's hand. Both of them I have handed over in their hands, Shada ma'am and Dr. Ghosh. And now if you see them, they are like leading everything, whatever they are going for. Like if you say skating, he's doing robotics. He's like making robots, which like he entered a competition for robots. For his age level, there were no kids making that innovation level thing. So he was the only one in whole of Maharashtra which he was doing an innovation robot. Like nobody was there for him for competition also.
At 12 years of age, he went to participate in the whole state.
10 years. He was 10 years then.
10 years old, and they didn't have any competitor below 15. So they said, wait till some competitors come, then only we'll put them into competition.
Yeah.
Then tell them what happened.
So, there was no one till the end, so they declared him the winner.
And he said, can I participate in contest with the 15 years old? They said, okay, and he won the trophy. I'm talking about these kids are your kids. They're all just in a sleeping giant. They're the lions and tigers. Anaka? Tell us about your champion daughter. What is she?
Being in school and being connected to school for this time, I thank Dr. Ghosh for the Sunday sessions that he conducts and teaching us meditation which reflects into children. So the children are calm, they're peaceful, they're ready for the new things to come in, as well as what here we're listening about, speaking truth, being supportive for people around us. That is what the children get from here.
What would you say your daughter is compared to other kids around? What is she?
She's very clear. I don't know what kind of analysis she has. When she looks into you, she's very clear about what is happening, what she needs from that, and the way she conducts with other children, or the way when I compare her with other children is, you can set it out that this is something different.
It is like you're trying to, with your word, express something called infinity.
Most importantly,
These kids
I
are
would
that.
say is the truth, because I know my children
that they have learned in school is never lie. That is very important. That's
Say that
Do
again.
not, that they do not lie. That is very important.
Yeah, there you are hearing one mother.
yes.
They don't lie. I mean, I
They
say
will
proudly.
not lie. I give a guarantee. You know why? Because that's the truth. The one mummy said, will you give it to me in writing that they will do so? I said, I'll write it in a stamp paper and give it to you. I have no doubts. It's you who have the doubt. Tell me, do you ask me to give you in writing that she's the girl? That she's the boy? Then why are you telling me to write down and give a guarantee that he will be brilliant? He said, brilliance is the nature. You and I couldn't become because we lost it. We didn't know how to. Our parent mother, they loved it. They didn't know. And knowingness, being aware and being driven toward that is, so we say, discovering the power from within is schooling, is parenting. Discover that. You might be finding your champion very difficult to handle in mall. He has to touch everything. So notice I know everything about your son. Go and check out, you'll find the birthmark also. By the way, she also has the birthmark. Ask mommy.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yes, see that. That's how we're getting connected. Thank you very much. I love you all. I'm going to put up this into the website, the presentation. So if you wish to refer to it, download it, you're welcome. Okay. Thank you.